currently the manager of support analytics, so I work with trying to predict what's going to happen with our customers using some of the support tools that we have available. I'm also the manager. I'm the manager of support analytics. There, I'm responsible for pulling together the predictive information of what our customers are going to be looking for. I'm also responsible for the customer service training skills. Our big deal is the customers are first, and that's really what drove our support services, or our support services really what drove us through some of our less than stellar product years during our transitions. We were part of a large professional services firm, and so our software was written primarily for our owner. When we got spun off, we had to become self-sufficient, and we had to revamp the product, and in the meantime, it was all about our support team. That's the reason that people stayed, they told us, was your support people are great. So we needed to make sure that that's where we kept our skills and our high attitudes. Before I started working with Impact, we were on that downhill end of the transition years out of the old, well, not really the old legacy product, because it was the interim. We don't want to talk about product. But we had done some great things with our team in the past, but we needed to really revive that. We had a whole bunch of accountants. We had a couple of IT people that were desktop or backroom networking support technicians, and we were interacting with people on the phones now. And accountants are not known for having the most great outgoing personalities. That's a myth more than it is true. But so we needed to focus on those skills of how do I interact with customers over the phone, over chat, over other various methodologies other than working with them in a engagement relationship. Similarly, after that, we had to figure out how to get them to start thinking about it from a end user approach as opposed to just getting my numbers on the return. I need to get this into the best possible solution and start thinking systematically about how to get into that. Our CSAT scores had dropped to where they were the mid-70s, and we were measuring those ourselves. We were actually sending out our own surveys. We were cherry-picking cases and sending those surveys out, and then we were getting them back in at about 70% satisfaction scores. So not really where we wanted to be, and that was really what drove a lot of our changes. We decided to start outsourcing through a third party for our surveys, and we wanted that to grow into a better, because we were afraid it was going to be worse, that we were truly cherry-picking. We started it about the same time as we started the Impact program, so we were pleasantly surprised how quickly it turned around. We went in with pretty high expectations, so there weren't really a whole lot of unexpected outcomes. It was nice in the fact that we had a few people that had been in either support or software, or even one that had been in tax software support for over 25 years, either in sales or support. And he told me, Jeremy, I've been to these classes before, left and right. I've done all of them. They ain't going to teach me nothing. They didn't teach me nothing in the last 3 I sat through. And he came out of there and he was like, that was good. I can't believe it. I really learned some things. And they focused on the right things. There were some various different interactions with, of course, the people that got the training originally through the Impact trainer, and then they got to deal with me after I went through the Train the Trainer. I got some great experience with the Impact team becoming a trainer for our staff, and we have some fun with it. Just like I was taught through the Train the Trainer program. We make it real world, we make it enjoyable, but it's definitely reinforcing the skills that they've done with the online sessions. We are definitely implementing the HEART model. We will regularly have information about both the HEART model and we even occasionally will send out different pipe cleaners for the diagnostic troubleshooting. Valentine's Day, about every other year or so, we send out the little cheesy Valentine's cards that you get back when you were in elementary school, kind of taking it back, and we send reminders of that. Remember, take the training to heart, and we talk about each of the letters, especially early during the springtime, during that time, that Valentine's week. You know, Impact, they've got a great program, but they don't just preach the program, they practice the program. They are the folks that understand customer support. Always friendly, always willing to follow up, regularly taking care of things. If you ever do have anything that's not quite right, they apologize, they fix it. You barely even notice that it wasn't working. And you know, cloud environments, it's not always going to work right, and they're on it right away. Sometimes we don't notice, they tell us. We jumped real quickly after training, jumped up over 90% back in, we started it in Q3, Q4 of 2008 with our Plano-based staff, and just them, so it was about half our team. We saw a quick jump over 90% at that point. We brought in all our remote staff and the rest of our other offices. Had a few people that office out of Chicago and out of LA. And we brought them in too and ran them through the live-based portion of it. Everybody got to go through the online training. So we got the blend mixed in there, and then we did the follow-ups for about 7 weeks. We spread the follow-ups over 7 weeks instead of over 21 days. But so what we saw there, everybody jumped to it. We saw our CSAT scores jumped to nearly 95%, and we were over 97% as of July of this year. I know that our VP is very much in tune with showing off what his staff has done. We want to reward them both through the individual awards that we regularly recognize, and then also through the fact that we're proud of what our staff has done. They work really hard. Every September, October is our peak filing season when the IRS is ready for all the corporate returns, working through the interim provision time frame. And our people work hard, and it's one of the celebrations we get in October right after we've finished all that and right before we have our users conference. It's a recognition of all the hard work they've done, and it's something that we get to give back to them. And this being where we are now with the multiple renewals, it just shows that they are committed, because we have to improve on something, and when you're doing really good, it's hard to improve. I mean, it's just a great group of people to work with the Impact team. Personal friends. I've kept up with a couple of folks that have left since, as they've moved on into other endeavors completely outside, able to launch their dream careers, their retirement careers. So you know, Impact's kind of a friends and family group for me, and that's just the way it makes you feel. At least I assume everybody feels that way about them, because I talk to some of the same customers every year, and I chat with them online. We're connected through social media. It's a great organization, and it brings people together in this industry as well. And you know, the whole aspect of TSIA is great customer service, and I can't think of a better way to do it than the program that Impact teaches, with, you know, keeping everything and taking it to heart.